Hey there, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to design a earrings matching to this necklace. I really like these beads, and I saved two of this 6 by 4 millimeter, 6 millimeter actually truck beads, and I made a U form similar to this but smaller one just to fit this bead in here. So this one was a big one, so I just used a bigger U. So this is 18 gauge wire, copper plated wire, artistic wire, whatever you want to call, but I don't have any more sticker. I'm almost done with the spool, but I really like this color a lot. This gold is not overpowering and it's perfect. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut the end of the wire so that it's flush now, and then I'm going to use the fourth loop of this bail making pliers. I'm going to keep it here, so I'm just eyeballing it, okay? So and then I'm going to bend the wire across just like that. So kind of this one as a perfect measurement for, I guess. So I'm almost there, right? It's almost equal. Wow, that was spot on. Okay, now I'm gonna just cut this a little bit longer than that, because if I want a little bit of space I should be able to do it. So this is what I have so far. What I'm gonna do here is I didn't even make one earring. I'm just gonna make it now in the video, so I might improvise as I go. I'm just gonna, so if you move this side and that side, you will get two sides equal. So here we have two identical shapes of the same length. Just make sure that you have that. I didn't measure it, I just eyeballed it. Maybe this is about, say, exactly 2 centimeters both sides are. So if you calculate 2 and 2, and this one being so about, say, 3 centimeters, take 3 centimeters and you can snip off the excess if you want to, right? So 3 centimeters and make this U. That'll be perfect, I guess. And this also, I don't know if it is right, but we will try. Take your round nose pliers, make a loop just like how we did here, as you guys can see that. So that's the loop that we are going to make. So take it, make a loop. You don't have to straighten the wire, just keep rolling it, okay, until it reaches the other end. Do the same. So keep it this way, so it's a little bit easier, and we don't want this longer. So then take your pliers, adjust, straighten, like, do the needful. Just okay, and make sure it's straight, and this too straight, and this is what we have so far. We also need a 20 gauge wire, probably the same color. Mine is a little bit darker, but it's okay, it's not that big a difference, so I shall use that. So the idea for me is to take this loop, go through the 20 gauge. I don't want to use 24 gauge because it will be way too thinner. So add this bead as well here, and see this, that's about perfect. Okay, now that is there, I need to hammer this. See how we hammered the bottom U part? So I'm gonna do the loop here as well. So the best way is to take this, rest it on your finger, and then do this. That way you don't distort the shape, and the same time you get a small loop right there. Okay, So once you get that loop, again straighten it up. Don't forget to twist and turn and make it, proper. There is always room for improvement. It's okay, we can fix it, and we are the boss of the wire, and we tell it how it has to behave. So this is what I have so far. Now I'll take my bench block and my hammer. So I want to bring this all the way here because I want to place it at the edge, just like that. Okay, and then hammer that part down. So I just don't want the loop to be hammered, so I'm just gonna hammer this. It might be a little bit loud, so I'll be doing it after. So I hammered both the part. Now we shall use our 20 gauge wire, and then, so as you guys can see, this is a little bit narrow U and this is wide, right? So just gonna pinch this a little bit, just a little bit. Take the bead and then, yeah, there we go, perfect. So now that this is here, I want this to go up both so about say an inch or so. Bend the wire, okay, just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut it over here wherever it crisscrosses. I'm gonna cut it over there, just about say like that. Okay, so take this wire and bend it at an angle. It's easy to do one, taking the other one the same size, that's gonna be the difficult part. Okay, so bend it nicely, so just like so. Okay, and then make a loop. Just like so. Okay, make sure the loop is straight, and then take this wire, okay, and bend it at an angle as well. But I want you to bring this around that loop of yours, as if you're scarfing it around. Okay, there we go, just like that. Okay, so if I have done this not on camera, I would say I would have used this side as my front, but now I can use only this side, but I'm okay with it. I like how this turned out to be. So I'm going to do the same here as well. So keep this bead in between. Take your, first straighten this out. Let me just measure this for you guys, but otherwise it will be a goose chase. I would say 2.5 inches to 3 inch of wire is good enough. Let me just, yeah, 2.5 inches is what I have here. Okay, let me just flush cut this end because that's bothering me. So once you have that, take it, go through that loop and your bead. I want a little bit more this side, so just bend this approximately. Maybe I did a little bit more. Okay, so now to match this, that's about say right. Okay, so here we go. Okay, about say here, just bend the wire to and see if it will match the other one. I think it will. So now what you need to do is, this part is a little bit more, so take it off. Okay, make that loop. So it's still a little bit more, I guess, so I'm just gonna trim off a little bit and then make this loop complete. Okay, just like so, and bend this wire as well at that point. Okay, maybe I'm straightening it out and doing it one more time, so that seems to be right size. So take this, and I want this loop to be straight, and take it and take this wire and loop it around. There we go. As I said, getting one is not an issue. Getting the second one the same size is a problem. See, this one is a little bit bigger than this. So I'm just gonna take this apart and do it one more time off the camera. I had 3 inches. So exactly about say 1 inch or so, I'm just gonna bend this wire like that. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do here is, I'm gonna bend this a little bit more so that it can crisscross, and then bend the rest of the wire up, and then have this like this. So if we have a little bit more wire, we have room to manipulate that. So as I said, it's easy to make the first one and difficult to make the other one matching. So now what I'm gonna do here is, I'm just gonna see if this makes sense. Yes, it does. And then I'm gonna see how much I need. So about 0.6 inches is what this part is. So what I'm going to do here is, it is way too difficult to do the exact same thing, but we will try our level best. So here we go. So take this and about say here, bend the wire. Now this is about the same, so I'm good with that. And then I'm gonna snip off this about say here. I know it's a little bit left out, but it's worth it, right? So take this one and make a loop. Okay, just like that. And then you can straighten this wire up. This is 20 gauge, this is not 18 gauge, so it's pliable. So then take this and bend this wire exactly where that wire ends, just about say like that, and see if it makes sense, if this is long enough or so. That you need to figure it out. If not, straighten that up a little bit and straighten the wire. 20 gauge is forgiving. So I will straighten this up first. Okay, and then now, so at this point I want this wire to come like that. Okay, now let's check. It's handmade, you don't have to worry that much, but still it's good to worry a little bit. Take this wire and wrap it around just like so. See how I'm holding it? So that way and now see if that makes sense. I'm gonna snip this off just like that and then pinch this down just like so. Okay, so now this one is ready. Just a bit, and then we have to straighten this out. Okay, now I got both perfectly done. So now I need to make the ear wire to attach it. So you can make your own ear wires with 20 gauge wire, or you can use the store-bought one. I would say I'm gonna make my own. So for that we need 1.5 inches of wire right here. So whatever you cut, don't measure the second one. Keep the first one as a guide to actually cut the second one. That way you will have both the ear wires same height, and then you will have to flush cut the ends. That's more important. So take your wire. I use my round nose pliers, but if you want you can use your step looping pliers. Okay, so why we use 20 gauge wire and not 18 gauge wire for ear wire is it is thick enough, it should go through the hole in your ears. So that's why we normally tend to use this 20 gauge for ear wires. So take this bail making pliers and then put it. I like the last but the next one, so you can do with any mandrel you want. I just loop it around and then voila, we have our own ear wires. If you want you can hammer this down as well. Then take the end and just twist it just a bit, just to give it nice shape, just a bit, because this is a small one, not like a long ear wire. I have a small twist at the end, so it's a little bit more. So once these two are the same, again take your nail filer and go in one direction. Just don't go back and forth, just in one direction, so that it is not, you don't have any rough edges when the ear wire goes through the loop in your ears. So now that's good. All you need to do now is work hard on it. So press it with your pliers. If you are not hammering it, this is what you need to do with your ear wire, just to make it strong a little bit, because since we are using the 20 gauge. Once you do that, you are now ready to add your earring. So there we go. Close that loop up and do the same for this. I think this is a very simple wire wrapping project, except you need to make sure the length is correct, but other than that, this is a simple one. And it is a perfect match for our this thing as well. You can stop at this point, it's totally up to you, but if you want, you can add this and make it even more longer. I like to make it even more longer. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna take 20 gauge wire as well for this purpose, because I'm gonna make the exact loop as I made it here. So this has a big enough hole, but 24 gauge will be way too thin for this. Oops. So you run your fingers through and you will warm up the wire, and it's pliable. So instead of, I seriously need a nylon jaw pliers, but until then, so pop the bead in, take the end of the wire and make a bend, a U bend, and squish that bend a little bit. Pull the bead down, bend it at 90 degrees. So exactly about, say, 1/4 of an inch, cut it. So I just eyeball it, but if you want, you can use the pliers, and the loop will be same, or the round nose pliers, whichever you want. So take it and make a loop, just like so. Similarly, we'll flush cut the end. Okay, take the end of the wire, see this, bend it into a U form, just like so, and then squish that U form with your pliers. Okay, I didn't put the bead on, that's okay. So I'm just gonna cut about, say, here. Okay, so I need to straighten this up. Okay, bend this wire to 90 degrees, snip off about, say, 1/4 of an inch. Okay, take this and if it is a little bit big, it's okay, you can snip it off, but make sure it's flush cut. And there we go. So the loop is done, and open up the loop and add it to this. So close it up. The same goes here. Open up, add it, and close it. So twist and close, back and forth. If you do it this way, you will distort the shape. So now these tidbits, keep a container, a small trash bag, just like that, to collect all these bits and pieces. Then you can discard it. So this is a little bit long earring, but I really like it a lot. So I can wear as a matching earring for this necklace, perfectly matches. So This is what it is. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, there is a like button in the bottom. It is free. Click the like button and share button. It really helps my channel to grow. If you'd like to support more, there is a thanks button right next to it. Click on it and then you can donate as much as you can. I really appreciate it. See you in the next video. Bye bye.